today with another podcast, and cuz, let's talk codependency.
Let's talk.
Codependency is deep, okay? Do you think codependency is like a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think per definition, it's a bad thing. And it has so many negative things attached to it that I'm going to have to say, like, it's a bad thing, you know?
No,
I would have to
agree,
say it's a bad thing.
1,000%.
Yeah. It's funny because I always say, like, I'm not the consistent friend. I'm the dependable friend. But codependency,
ain't nobody got time for that.
You say this a million times. Life is always lifing.
Yep.
So when it comes to friendships, codependent, I think I was that friend that people could be codependent on at one point in life.
Yeah.
But at this point in life, I'm just too busy. Like, you kind of got to catch me when you catch me right now in life.
Yep.
I cannot be on call 24/7. So, someone being codependent on me, like, yes, I want to be there for you, but I have to do it in a way that I can. And I'm just too busy. Let me ask you this. Is there anything or anyone that you feel like you're codependent of?
I had got to the point where my life was my kids.
Yeah.
I breathed my kids, and all that does is make you lose yourself. And that's exactly what I did, to where now that they're older, I had to find myself. Who am I? They want to go with their friends. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what Alexis gonna do? Girl, we had went to family night at the school, and we're like, okay, y'all ready? Let's start family night. And they were like, can we go with our friends?
You're afraid.
That was the first time it happened to me this year, girl. And when I say my feelings were hurt.
Girl, like,
Dre? Yes! Y'all niggas better stop playing with me in here.
I guess I'll just hold the snacks till you guys are ready.
Okay.
But I think it's funny, but it's like on the other side of things, I had to be like, let go. And I didn't let them see that I was hurt for real. Like, jokingly, yes. When we went home, it's like, I'm proud of you guys. To go out on your own and to be okay and be able to socialize. That's important for kids. And we can't pass on that codependency gene or, of emotional attachment. We can't do that.
I would say I didn't realize I was codependent until I was actually listening to a podcast.
Uh-huh.
I was listening to the Black Girl Bravado. I love their podcast.
Ooh,
They're
okay.
amazing. And the topic was codependency. And just the way that they were describing codependency, I didn't even realize I was codependent until they said it.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. I thought I just cared,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm codependent. I'm like, whoa, pause. I did not come here to this podcast for this right now.
Girl, they was calling out your name. They was like, Liz.
Okay, you're codependent.
Yes.
You're unhealthy. Get it together.
Wow.
And I'm working on it. Because that's right. It's unhealthy. It is toxic. I do think the one thing that I am codependent of is my goddaughter, because she just heals me.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if it's, just, how can you not be happy around kids?
Yeah.
When
we look up codependency, it says that studies show that it's always the closest people to you that you're codependent on. The people that you really need the most. We also seen that it said codependency comes from past traumas and most likely childhood.
That's exact. My codependency 1,000% came from my childhood. And growing up without parents, I tried to fill that void in any way I can.
Yes.
I was so thirsty to call somebody mom.
Yep.
Trying to fill a void. I created a habit of codependency.
Yeah.
And here I am, 30, still being codependent. Like, okay, time to break it, let's shake it loose. You can't live life like that.
And what's sad is like, you could bump into a narcissist or someone that thrives on someone needing them so they can mess with their minds and everything. And you bump into someone like that just plays with your mental. It's a real scary thing to be so vulnerable to codependency. It's scary.
Yeah. I'll even say my last romantic relationship. too. Being here in Georgia, I don't have any family. If this didn't work, I was going to be alone, and it scared the crap out of me.
Yep.
It scared but that had to break, you know? You have to break.
You have to.
When you're working on your mental health, the things that are unhealthy, you have to put into work and break those cycles.
Yeah.
Because once you recognize that it's unhealthy, like, how could you continue to do it? It's a constant battle. It's a constant, you're going to be okay.
Yes.
Like, it's not the end of the world. You know, you've been through hell and back.
Yes.
Like, you can be okay with this.
Yep.
But, you know, at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so alone. I want somebody
Yes,
here.
of course.
Yes.
I feel like I'm in my head saying that a lot. You've been through worse. You're okay. Yes. It's going to be fine. You know,
somebody, with you, you said, you know, at one point you were codependent on your kids. Like, what made you actually realize that you were codependent?
Growing up. Because, you know, we grew up together. You know, having kids at 16, we learned from each other everything. So it was like a natural attachment. Like we said, the definitions is the closest people to you.
Yeah.
And it was a point where I was all they had, they were, and vice versa. You know, it's, I'm codependent of that fear, because as long as I have that fear, I can make them stay in the house. I can talk them into bringing me with them on stuff, you know, and it's, that's toxic. That's toxic, because if I was to do that, it will hold them back and pass down that very thing that I don't want to pass down to them. So I totally get it.
You realize that.
Yeah. Oh, girl. I'm working on myself, and it's a daily thing. But I think that when come working on yourself, you need to get you something to do. When it's that type of situation, become your own person. That's a beautiful thing. Ooh. You know, get back into yourself. And to be honest, I'm allowed myself to be able to just live. And now, cousin, I enjoy it. I literally can say, and I don't feel like a bad mom. Another thing my mom used to tell me all the time was, ain't no award for the ran down mom of the year. I really pour into myself now, and it feels amazing.
That's great.
It feels amazing.
Something you said about being a perfect mom. My personal opinion, feel like a perfect mom is just a mom who tries.
That's it.
You know, I brag to everybody about how the hell you raise your kids. I do. My cousin is a bomb-ass mom. Ooh. She drops her kids off to the world to face the world with affirmation. I've never seen anyone parent like you, and I love it. I feel like it opens a window and creates an opportunity to teach your kids how to handle their emotions, because no one teaches people that.
Nope.
Like, if we were taught how to deal with our emotions, do you imagine how powerful we would be as people?
So what steps do you think that you would take in the future as far as to keep codependency not a thing?
Being honest with myself. Because in order for you to notice that you have a flaw, you have to actually admit to yourself, like, okay, this is a flaw.
You do.
I am codependent on a particular thing. I am codependent. Also, being accepting of reality. You can't be codependent.
Yep.
That little girl is going to grow up and, like your kids, get her own life.
Yep.
And, you know, she's not going to want to be up under me, you know, 24/7. So I've been here lately doing what you say, like putting into myself. I started hustling more.
Yeah. You
know, I'm focusing on my goals, and I'm living. So, check it in, crew. Let's ask you, like, what are you codependent of?
Yeah.
Like, put it in the comments. And what are you going to do to let go of it?
Check in with us.
Yes, because what's some tips you can give our checking in crew?
If you can find a way to depend on yourself for that very thing that you're codependent on, baby, you got it. My tips would be seek help if necessary and self-reflect. Self-reflection is a big start on making a change.
I feel like I'm on the same lines with you. I would say just make sure you have some me time.
Yeah.
So that you're nurturing yourself so that you don't need to look for resources elsewhere.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
That's my tip.
Yeah.
And I'm working on what I'm saying. I'm not just telling y'all to do it.
Yes. I swear, I think when you go to talk mental health, people think that, okay, you're trying to be perfect, or you think that you're I am a work in progress.
Okay.
Okay?
The difference is
I do mental health podcasts, I don't have to be reminded that I'm not perfect. I know that I wake up and put my pants on the same as most of y'all. And I'm aware of that. And I'm okay with it. That's the difference. I'm okay with it now. You know, I'm okay with my growth. I'm okay with not being okay.
Yes.
And some people, it makes them uncomfortable. And guess what? I'm okay with that too. Hey. Okay, checking in. We got to check out. It's been real.